Alright, so I felt compelled to record this video. Since I'm playing warrior tank in Classic Hardcore, I've heard a lot of people say, well, you can't really AOE tank in Classic as a warrior. Period. Well, that's not true. And I know people, try maybe do a few demo shouts, tab target sunder, which is always good. And you should try to do that as well. But there is a quite easy way to do it, actually. It's not perfect, but at the early levels, at the early dungeons, it's pretty much perfect. But the later you go, is in Uldaman, for example, it still works to get decent threat on a lot of mobs. But you have to complement it with Sunder and stuff. But if you start doing this early, it's going to get easier once you get up there. So basically, battle shout. And the reason why is when you shout and when you buff your group members, the mobs you're fighting, it adds a little bit of threat. Well, not a little bit, actually, but like 200 threat if you have, let's say, 3 or 4 in your vicinity, including yourself. And that works in dungeons, obviously. People try, usually, whether it's a good thing or not, keep kind of close to the tank. So, with one little caveat or condition, I discovered that you need to have damage to mobs first. So what I usually do is I thunderclap. I go into defensive stance, since I have tactical mastery, and then I start doing battle shout spam. At the higher levels, you need to throw a sunder here and there, maybe a taunt at the beginning, but the further the fight goes on, the better. I'm going to show a clip. I just did a SM run here, lib. Let me move my camera here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So this was a crazy group with a AOE, with a mage doing AOE, a shaman doing a lot of threat, and it still works. So you can imagine with easier groups how well it works. So let me just run the clip here. So basically, like I said, I try to use thunderclap and go into defensive stance quickly. So you can see here, yeah, I'm just waiting for the mobs to come. I do a thunderclap. Now at this point, let's pause. You can see that everyone is going in hard. So the red mob, I don't have an initial threat on. So I have to, I think I use Revenge or Sunder. Let's see. I use Revenge on that one, okay? Now, I just start spamming Battle Shout. Obviously, the mage use Counterspell, which makes a lot of threat on that mob. So you have to do some other abilities. But you'll see, the longer the fight goes on, the better, basically. So from here, I just spam Battle Shout. And I have threat on all the mobs. And you can see, if you look... Well, let's see here now. With each battle shout, I go from 1.1 threat on this mob to 1.5, etc. You can see there. Yeah, so around 200 for each mob. Now this group was great DPS. It had great DPS, so the mobs died kind of quickly. Let's see on next pack. I can show a bit, I think, also. I don't have enough rage for Thunderclap, so here I actually have to somehow do some damage to all of them for this to work. So I think I Thunder on... Oh, okay, I went Thunderclap, and then Defensive Stance, and then Battle Shout. And you see I have threat on them during the whole fight, basically. So yeah, that's a tip. When you go into your first dungeon, Razor Fan Crawl, I think it's called, RFC, or Wailing Cavern, this is going to work, more or less perfect. You can collect 3 mobs if you feel safe doing that. Maybe Sunder the first one, the main target, while doing Battle Shout. And it's going to take care of itself. I've noticed it's working really, really well. So if it does work for you, leave a comment, let me know. And good luck tanking in Classic Hardcore. Or in regular Classic, for that.